Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Welcome to English Teacher Conference on Monday, 12 March 2010. First of all, let's say thanks to Allah who has been giving us guidance, happiness, healthy, and mercy so we can attend in this event. Allow me to read several segments of our agenda. The first is opening. Second is presenting the advantages, the disadvantages. The third is solution and suggestion section, and the last is conclusion. I'd like to please you all to present the disadvantages of your schools.
Thanks for this time. For the topic, the learning difficulties of the student. I found several problems which makes the student less unfocused. I think the first, in my opinion, in the learning process, the first in pronunciation. When we practice with the student, we can speak good pronunciation. But when the student doing the presentation or speech, the pronunciation is changed. For example, presentation, they say presentation, not presentation. Then thanks, the student say thanks, not thanks, not thanks. I think that's all.
What is it? The situations of the class is not conducive because the facility in the class is not available well, so the process of learning is disturbed. And then another problem is like sound system or headphone that there are little bit available, so the total of the facilitate is different with the total of the students. And then another problem is the students are not focused while they are in the class, and then maybe this because they are sleepy, or maybe they have another problem in their life, etc. That's the disadvantages in my school.
Okay, thank you, SMK Negeri 4 Tasikmalaya. And then I'd like to please SMA 3 Tasikmalaya to present the disadvantages. Please.
Okay, from SMA Negeri 3 Tasikmalaya. First, the students are still confused about tenses, and then they are not confident to speak English in front of the class, and the students still have difficulty in listening session and listening. So I think it is a crucial problem almost of school.
Thank you, SMA 3 Tasikmalaya. And the last is from SMA 2 Tasikmalaya. Please.
Okay, thank you. From the SMA 2 Tasikmalaya, the disadvantages from the student. The first one is learning and understanding the context of the sentence. Some students they didn't can understand the text from the I think like in the book. If we read the some text in the book, they didn't understand the context because they didn't never. I think not. They didn't practice in their home. And the next one is the understanding of 16 tenses. They still confused to learning about 16 tenses, like they confused to the differences of like perfect tense and continuous tense, like the future tense and the continuous tense. They still confused to difference of it. I think that's the big problem in the SMA 2 Tasikmalaya. Thank you.
In pronunciation from the SMA 1 Tasikmalaya.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you need more. What is it? The students need more practice instead of more presentation. Well, as I know that presentation is a form of practice too, but I think you have to to guide them first. Okay, then maybe from the others have any other solution.
I think maybe what is that? You say that the students while in class they are what is that?
Presentation.
Yeah, in presentations they are is that not their pronunciation is different while they are in the class.
Yeah.
Right? So I think maybe they are nervous. So I think we must, as we as the teacher, have to make the situations of the time more enjoy, so the students will not feel scared or maybe nervous or scared.
Okay, thank you.
Any others? Okay, then that's for you. Maybe you can apply it in the class. Okay, and then for the next is from SMA 4 Tasikmalaya. The facility is limited. I think you have to make an appointment to the headmasters in the schools. Then you need to make some sort of agreement to facilitate some classes with a proper facilitation. And then the situation is not conducive. Maybe it's also caused by the facility, right? And also from the learning process is disturbed. Of course, I mean from MAN 1 Tasikmalaya is also have the same thing, but we have not exactly a correct, but it's quite a potent solution. Okay, and this is we need to make the class even more fun to learn, and then we usually do like a talk first. We approach the students by talking with them. Okay, and then the learning process will go with the flow. Okay, and then also the students are not focused because of things, yeah, maybe their problem. Yeah, I think you have to make also an appointment with the Guru BK, yeah? To make the student realize their problem, and then they can conclude the solution themselves, right? So it's a personal problem, and a teacher must guide them through the problem. Okay, is there any suggestion from the others?
I think for the student who is sleeping in a class, I think we as the teacher we can give several time to the student take a sleep. I think 15 minutes. Then the student must be to wash the face to refresh their body. I think. Thank you.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
What about the others? Okay. Then from SMA 3, I'd like to open this suggestion, and I'd like to open this problem solving from the others first, and then maybe from you. Is there any suggestion? The problem itself is the students are confused about tenses, and then they are not confident in speaking, and also there are several difficulties in listening.
I think for me, from the listening subject, there are many ways to learning in listening subject, but the best way, I think, in my learning, the student must watch film without subtitles, so they can improve their listening section, and then they attended to listen some music. So I think when they listening music, they will improve their skill on listening and pronunciation. I think that's for me.
Okay. I agree with your opinion, and it is a fact that listening must become a fun subject. In Man Satu Tasik, we usually listen to movies, and we try the value from the movie. Okay, and then the last one, the problems are the learning in the context of the text is confusing, and then also the understanding of 16 tenses, it's quite low. Is there any opinion?
I think the students must be to more practice in analyze the text, and for the tenses, I think you should try to make a group discussion in class to discuss about the tenses. You can make a small group. I think.
Yeah, we have also the extracurricular of English club in this Man Satu Tasikmalaya, and maybe you can apply it to the headmasters in your schools too, to make an extracurricular program. Yeah. I think that's all. I will give it back to the secretary.
Thank you. Because the time is limited, I'd like to share the result of this conference in WhatsApp group as soon as possible. And the last agenda is closing. Let's recite Hamdalah together. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry if there's any mistake. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.